Hello Sagittarius, this is Don from Sonoran Mystic Tarot, and this is your weekly reading, the week from September 18th through the 24th. Let's get to it. If you have Sagittarius in your sun, moon, or rising signs, or anywhere in your chart, then this is the place to be. So let's get to it. Let's see what Spirit and the Universe has in store for you. At the bottom of the is an Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is always an interesting card, and it is kind of a directive card, and I'll get into that when we get there. The energy for you, though, this week is the Six of Cups in the upright. The next card out is the Three of Pentacles. In reverse. I'm sorry, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Let me set the cards up right there. We go. Third card is the Seven of Wands in the upright. The fourth card is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Alrighty then. Underneath that the Six of Cups in the reverse is the Seven of Swords in the upright. And at the clarifier for the Three of Pentacles is the Four of Wands. The clarifier for that Seven of Wands is that Moon card in the reverse. And make sure it's nice and pretty. And then the last card out is the Lover's card. Lover's card in the up. All right then. So let's see what we have here. Again, the first card out is that Ace of Swords. And that Ace of Swords, again, is the overall energy of reading. So the overall energy of the reading for your week goes back to the concept of what the Ace of Swords represents. And in reference to the cards that I see, it tends to really make the point come home clearly. And that is, it's time to start looking at things maybe a little differently. It's time to use a little more, just a different way of seeing things, a different way of viewing things, because they're not always as they seem. Sometimes they're actually better, sometimes they're worse. It depends on how the reading goes with that. But more importantly, again, open your mind up a little bit and be prepared to see things a little differently, understand things differently, and also maybe even therefore it would help you to communicate differently. Now, when you see this card as in the Six of Cups in the reverse, this is your card, this is your energy. And so when you see it in the right side up, the Six of Cups is usually an indication that some things are coming together, things you planted along the way and so forth. But when you see the reverse like this, you have a little bit of a question mark. So in other words, it seems like this week is a week of a lot of things going on. Okay, so it seems like this week you'll have some chaotic energy, thinking that things just aren't falling into place the way they're supposed to, and you're going to feel a lot of pressure, a lot of pull from various sides that again, you're going to feel compelled to push things along. And the card is saying be careful about that, because again, this is how you plant the seeds. This is saying be careful. The things are moving along in ways that you do not know, but are good, and they're actually moving forward. But sometimes you can cause the reverse. So be careful this week not to push too hard, not to try to make things happen that already are happening, but not at your speed. Not everything runs at your speed. Now it's interesting here because you have a seven, a Seven of Wands, and with that Seven of Wands underneath that Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands is just saying be careful about some folks, because not everybody is genuine to you, and you should be paying attention to, again, letting the folks that are supposed to be doing what they're doing, let them do their thing. And so surrender, which is again, this card in the upright is you not surrendering but working. Surrender and let some folks do their stuff, but be careful about those who maybe aren't doing what they need to do, and then you'll find who they are, because as you let things happen, things will fall into place. But as things don't, you'll see who isn't really the people that are producing the way that you had thought they were. Now the card right beside that is that Three of Pentacles. Okay, now Three of Pentacles, when it is in reverse, the Three of Pentacles is like, you don't need to talk to everybody else about what you think and how you're feeling about this. The reality is you know what you're thinking and feeling. And sometimes, again, if you talk too much, and share too much information, people plant some seeds in your head. They make you think things that aren't maybe there, and again, or they just talk a good story, and that's not healthy for you. So again, let the process work itself through. Whatever the process is, you need to let it work itself through. Okay. Now this is interesting because the card underneath that upside down Three of Pentacles is the Four of Wands, which is a celebratory card. And so the celebratory card is saying for the celebration, and in reference to celebrations, make sure that you let things work themselves through, and you'll celebrate. You're going to have a happy celebration if you let people do their work. Just stay on top of the things that you think aren't getting done. But just let the process roll. Sometimes when you intervene, then you can slow things down, and that's what the Seven is saying here. The Seven's like, yeah, there's a lot of things. You do your thing. There are a lot of things happening. You can ask the questions, but don't control. Don't be careful not to control. Let these things roll themselves through. Let them work themselves through. And as they work themselves through, you can ask the questions and so forth. But this is the question card, which is interesting. But this is saying, stop pushing the questions and stop inviting some of the negative stuff because of the questions that, again, people are telling you. Don't let people in your head. Don't fill yourself with information you don't need. And don't try to drive a process that, again, let certain people do what they do, you do what you do, and it'll all come together. Ultimately, it says here, again, this is going to be good because if this was on this side, the grass is always greener, but this is saying, don't worry, it's going to turn out well. This is the opposite. This is like, hey, it's going to be great, and you're going to be happy with the result of what's happening. So again, with that said, it's all lining up the way it's supposed to, and you just have to depend on everybody else. Again, this is that relationship card. So depend on the relationships that you've created to make this week a positive and successful week, to make the things that are happening this week that are flowing, make them fall into place. They will fall into place. And more importantly, it's going to be hard for you because you like to control. You love control, and you like to be controlling things. You don't want things to be to kind of do their own thing because, again, you need to have some influence, and therefore you feel like you've done what you need to do. Most importantly, again, give people some space. Let them do the jobs that they are to do. You will see who doesn't rise to the occasion, and you can take up and pick up after them, which is not a problem. Don't listen to the chatter because the chatter is not healthy for you. Instead, know that it's all going to come together as it's intended to be. And again, that's what the Lovers card is saying. Everybody's going to work in alignment. They're all going to get their jobs done. So give them that opportunity. Don't be asking too many questions and expecting responses and those kind of things because, again, it's going to flow. It's going to flow. But most importantly, it's going to work out and have a great celebration. The celebration card is here. Let's get a little clarifiers here. We have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is bringing you news, letting you know people are getting the work done. This is the Wands card, which is work. The Page is bringing news. So you're going to get news and reports that people are getting the work done, which is what you want to happen. Stay strong, stay strong, stay strong, stay strong. And in this case, the strength is reserve. Pull back and give yourself a chance to just kind of sit on the sidelines, as hard as it may be, and give people the opportunities. And then here we have the Three of Swords. And that Three of Swords is saying, again, it's going to be difficult because you are somebody who likes to push. You like to push and you like to do it, but you've got to do it. Otherwise, and you're going to feel frustrated. But the Four of Wands is here. Again, over the Four of Wands, celebration. So it's going to work out. And look at the cake. I love this. This is the celebratory cake. I told you celebration. Here's like a birthday cake. Here's a person here. This is a celebratory event situation. And then there's the Two of Pentacles. Which again, when you see that Two of Pentacles, it's that juggling the two sides of you, juggling that side that wants to take control, and then having the strength to pull back and say, no, I've got to let things go. I've got to give people the opportunity to do their thing. And then if we have the Ace of Pentacles in the end, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's all going to work out, which is what I told you in the Lovers card, and we've told you twice with the Four of Wands card. So yes, it's a different way of thinking. A way of thinking is letting people do their thing. Don't hover. Don't be a helicopter. Let them do their thing. Let them work through it. Step in should you need to, but stay back and then let people do their thing. We also have the reduced velocity, so go slow, and return to home, which again is stay within yourself, let them do their thing, and then mend your parts. The mend your parts part, and it's interesting because these cards are similar to what I've drawn for one other sign, but it's fascinating because the most important thing it says here is to Do your thing. Do your thing. Do what you need to do. Let other people do what they do. Slow down. Don't expect things extremely fast, but know that they will fall into order the way they're supposed to. Hopefully this resonates with you. Let me know some thoughts. Give me some feedback, some confirmation. You can do so by sending me an email at advice@sonoranmystictarot.com. You can also, if you want to book a private reading, you can email me to that same address. You can also get a reading at my Etsy shop, Sonoran Mystic Tarot, or on any of the social media platforms. You can message me there as well. Love, light, and blessings from me at Sonoran Mystic Tarot and my family to yours. I'll talk to you next week with another reading. Bye-bye.